So I started making my own workshop heater. Idea is that I'm going to use rubbish, bits of old wood and stuff like that, but also I want to be able to burn my waste oil. So it's a work in progress, but there's a couple of things which I thought would be worth mentioning, because there's quite a lot of people making these on the internet, lots of people doing them different ways. And so I just thought I'd share the ideas that I've come up with to do things simply, without too much manufacturing. So far, I've come up with an old propane tank. I'm lucky enough to have a plasma cutter, so I've cut the hole in the top. I've got a piece of steel for the chimney. I found an old chiminea and cut the legs off that. So I've used those chiminea legs as my support. Used my plasma cutter to cut the door out. These are a couple of old timing belt tensioners. So what I've done with the tensioners is, when I welded the tensioners together, if that's our bar coming in here, I welded the tensioners. This is very exaggerated, but I welded the tensioners like this, so that this is welded onto the bottom of the studs that came out of the tensioners. So now that this axis is fixed, as you open the door, it creates a tension between these two where it's trying to push them in different directions. And that creates a springiness in the spindle here. So you can see that you probably can't see them pushing each other apart, but it creates this spring in the hinge which will keep the door shut. But more importantly, when you go over center, it allows the door to hold itself open as well. So that's a nice little touch. The door isn't going to be falling shut on me every time I'm trying to load it. And it's a really simple little idea. There's no springs or anything. It's just opposed centers of the two rollers. So that holds the door open and helps it shut. And then instead of having a complicated latch, I've just welded a couple of big nuts on there. We like big nuts. And I'm just going to put a bolt down through there to hold it shut. And then to take this little play out, I've just welded a little nipple on the end there. We like nipples. And so then I can just twist that. That creates a push, and then that holds the bolt tight, keeps the door shut tight. And to get it to release it, you just got to twist it to release the door. So that's our door, our latch, our sprung hinge, and the basics. And then I'm gonna have it so there's gonna be a floor in there where I can burn solid fuel, and then using an old dog bowl, stainless steel dog bowl, I'm going to adapt that so that it will allow an oil feed in. There's a tube inside already which will allow me to run my oil feed in, and fortunately there's a load of drillings in the side which will allow me to run in my oil feed and possibly an air feed if I feel like it needs it. So stay tuned, I'll keep you informed, and we'll see how it works.